Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of LEGO Weaponry. And today we have an assault rifle for you guys today. And this assault rifle, I think it's been around for ever since the 1970s or something like that. So when I first saw this assault rifle, I thought at first that it was German because of the iron sights. It looked as though it was made by Heckler and Koch or something like that. But no, it turns out to be made in Switzerland. Now, I don't know much about this weapon, but hopefully the facts will mention some things about it anyway. So, anyway, let's get to this good old weapon, shall we? So, here it is. Oh yes, now you may be thinking, what is this? Well, this is called the SIG 552. Well, I don't know if I pronounced that name correctly, but either way, I know for sure that the number for this weapon is the model number and everything else, because there are different variants of this assault rifle and everything else. There's a sniper version, there's a semi-automatic version, there's a fully automatic version, and so on and so forth. And there's also a civilian version, so yeah, or pedestrian version or something like that. And yes, the stock does fold. Hang on, let me just sort it out a bit. So yeah, I had this on before I started this video just because, well, I wanted to put it away at some point. So anyway, here it is in its full glory. It's the SIG 552. There you go. And I think this has been a suggestion for quite a while, so yes, but then again I've forgotten who suggested this to me in the first place, so I'm sorry if I haven't mentioned you in this video, but either way, at least I slightly remembered. Well, I almost forgotten what weapons were suggested to me in the first place, but I looked back and this was one of them, so yeah, I say thank you to that person who suggested this to me. So yeah, I'll try my best to find that actual person. So yes, it may take some time because I'm trying to search for my emails and everything else. I keep all the comments that you guys send to me, so yeah, it's pretty cool for you guys to do so. It keeps me remembering on the good old days. So yes, anyway, let's have a look at the facts as well as the comparisons between the real version and this LEGO version. So let's have a look, shall we? Interesting. Right, let's show you the areas and the features of this particular assault rifle. First things first, well, the foresight, well, this was a bit hard to do just because I thought to myself, if it's 2 studs wide, how could I do it? So I had to figure it out on how to do it. So I used slopes, but it looked as though it was too big for what it was. So I just used an ordinary tyre piece, which was the only solution I could do. So yeah, as you may tell, it's a tyre piece with, well, I don't know if you recognise this piece in the middle here, but either way, like so. Moving on, rear sight. Now, like I've said already, I was a bit confused on this weapon at first, just because of the sighting. I thought at first that this weapon itself was made by Heckler and Koch or something like that, but it turns out to be made in a Switzerland country or something like that. It was made by a company called Swiss Arms. I don't know if you've heard of that company. It's been around ever since the 1970s and everything else. So yes, they were making these weapons ever since. So anyway, here's the iron sights. They're very complex. I don't mind the sighting of this weapon. I don't know about you, but either way. Now, when it comes to basic weapons, it's a bit tricky to make them from scratch because, well, you have to figure out on how big it would be in your point of view or point of perspective and everything else. And I try my best with the size and all. I don't know if it's the correct size for me or you or whatever, but at least I try my best with the model, and hopefully you understand the design and everything else. So yeah, even though it's in Lego form. So yes, anyway, here's the charging handle, like so. I don't mind the charging handle, you know. And funny enough, this reminds me of another weapon, but it turns out to be in Black Ops 2. And I think it's the SWAT 556 or something like that. And yeah, I think they're technically relatives or something like that. When you think about it, I mean, the design looks nearly similar in a way. And it's a free burst assault rifle. So yeah, this is what this SIG assault rifle reminds me of. So yeah, anyway, enough of the memories now. As you may tell, the breech with the cartridge here. Now, I think this assault rifle only fires a 5.56 by 45mm NATO. So, yeah, I think that's the only cartridge it fires. And I think it holds a capacity of either 5 to 20 to 30 odd rounds. So, yeah, pretty darn cool. And apparently this assault rifle in general fires up to 700 rounds per minute. And that's a lot of rounds. So, yeah, it comes to show that it's a good assault rifle in a way. So, yeah, even though there's different variants for different uses and everything else for like long distances. Anyway, here is your select fire right here. I don't know the position of it, so yeah, I know there's a safety, a semi-automatic, and most probably a fully automatic. But with some assault rifles, there could be like a free burst or something like that. But you know, that's just my estimate. Anyway, now there's 3 Piccadilly rails or attachment rails. There's one on either side, from left to right, like so. Don't break it, Hayden. There's one at the bottom here for like a full grip or a grenade launcher or something like that. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I've never seen attachments on this rifle except for like a suppressor or a scope optic or something like that. So, yeah, pretty basic. Anyway, muzzle right here. And this is where the gas operator is. So yes, technically, this works nearly just as the AK-47 would. So, yes, technically, the gas operator, what that does, it releases the gases as the cartridges, well, the calibers, or the round, goes through the barrel and exits, because it leaves gases inside, so they need to release it so that it'll probably keep it cool or keep it intact. Well, without the gas operator, the whole thing would just probably be overheated and it might explode, which is not a good sign. So, yeah, I'd say the gas operator is more important. So, yeah, it's very important as well. So, yeah, I like the fact they kept the same aspect to the AK-47. So, anyway, trigger, pistol grip, trigger guard, and I'd say last but not least, the stock. Now, you may have seen it already, but I just want to make sure. So, anyway, that does fold for putting into storage and everything else, which is kind of cool. So, yes, I took my time with it, which is luckily enough. So, anyway, that goes into place, then nicely done, and bam. Pretty darn basic, and that's what I like about it. Well, this was a bit hard to make at first, because I had to figure out on what size it would be for me, and everything else, so, yes. Anyway, this is all I have time for you guys out there, unfortunately, today. But join me tomorrow, that is, as I'll be making another movie prop for you guys. Oh yes, this has been, well, I don't think this has been a suggestion yet, but I wanted to do it just because it has been an idea for quite a while. So, yes, now this movie prop, all I could say to it is, it's in a film which was made by Marvel. Oh yes, now this film, I've seen it like 2 or 3 times now, or something like that, and I have to say, I say Marvel films are like, so cool, you know. I like the Marvel films. Stan Lee is technically the main person who's behind all the superhero designs and comics and everything else, so yeah, he's my bro. Anyway, well, not literally, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I'll be making that good old movie prop for you guys tomorrow, so make sure you're there. Well, whoever's Marvel fans out there, so yeah, I'll try my best with making this prop because, well, with my I've made a movie prop which was based off the Blade Runner's pistol, and, well, it ain't so bad for what it was, you know. I got a couple of likes and dislikes and all that stuff, well, and some comments and all, so, yeah, saying, oh, this ain't so bad compared to the replica and all that stuff, so, yeah, I'll probably make a movie prop from a Marvel film tomorrow for you guys, just to keep you occupied and interested and all that stuff. Don't want to keep you waiting for another week, so... yes, so anyway, join me tomorrow for that. If you did like this episode, don't forget to leave a like or a comment down below. on what you think of this episode. To help me a lot. If you really liked it, why not subscribe to my channel and keep the channel going? To help me lots as well. Oh yes, keep up to date with videos that I do as well. Oh yes, feel free. And also, don't forget to check out the links in the description below. Oh yes, they're home pages to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, and all that stuff. So yes, feel free to check those out. But if I'm too quick for you, just, yeah, you know, feel free to check out the links in the description. You'll probably understand by now. But anyway, so yes, about this movie prop, I don't want to give out any hints, just because my hints are the obvious hints ever to whatever thing it's based off of, if that makes any sense. And yeah, I might as well keep my mouth quiet, just so that you guys can guess for yourselves on whatever this movie prop is from. So yes, feel free to guess around, and feel free to leave in the comments on what you think it might be. So yes, feel free. Well, all I could give to you is it's made by Marvel. That's all I could say. Or Stan Lee, as you may say. Anyway, join me tomorrow for that. And yes, if you're new around the channel, you know, welcome. You know, feel free to have a look around videos that I've done for the past and the present and all that stuff. So yes, feel free to give me feedback on what you think so far and what I've done. So yeah, on my efforts to try to give you as much entertainment, even though, well, I wouldn't say this would be as entertainment, like showing you and reviewing about these Lego models that I show you every now and then, but you know, it's something to do, it's something to watch, that's all I'd say. You know, it's to keep you occupied in a way. I don't know, but that's just my theory. But either way, yes, join me tomorrow, like I've said like 1,000 times, for a Marvel movie prop. And as always, enjoy the rest of your days. Salute!